Hi, my name is ColdBeer, and let's start with Carrion.
This is a reverse horror game in which you assume the role of a shapeless blob of doom. You will stalk and consume those that imprisoned you and spread fear and panic everywhere you slither. Your goal is to eat as many puny humans as possible, although the main goal is to escape the facility. You'll be able to mind control people as well, and after the control part, feast on their delicious fleshy bodies. The game sometimes is a bit of a maze, since there is no map, so you will have to find where to go all by yourself. But when you see, or more likely be the cause of, all the gore and violence, it is totally worth it. This is a cute, almost 5-hour adventure, so be careful. The game might leave you longing for more blood. Warhammer Vermintide 2. This is a 4-player co-op action game where you can control one of 5 heroes and fight the combined forces of a ruinous chaos army and a swarming Skaven horde. The only thing standing between utter defeat and victory is you and your allies. If you fall, so will the Empire. So it's fair to say that the Empire is probably doomed and it's your fault. Well, at least in the beginning, when you are not accustomed to the gameplay and controls. So here you can choose between 5 different characters, each with 3 branching careers to master. You will also find ladders of different difficulty, from puny and lame recruit to more respectful veteran and champion, and finally a legend. Also 15 talent trees and more than 50 various types of powerful weapons won't let you get bored, that's for sure. Don't starve together. In this open-world survival game, you will discover and explore a massive, procedurally generated and biome-rich world with countless resources and threats. Whether you stick to the surface world, go spelunking in the caves, dive deeper into the ancient archive, or set sail for the lunar islands, it will be a long time before you run out of things to do. Yeah, everything from seasonal bosses, wandering menaces, lurking shadow creatures, and plenty of flora and fauna is ready to turn you into a spooky ghost. Besides fighting and adventuring, you will plow fields and sow seeds to grow the farm of your dreams. Tend to your crops to help your fellow survivors stay fed and ready for the challenges to come. Or, starve together if you are like me. For example, once I tried to grow a watermelon in real life. It took me 2 years for this plant to blossom, and then in the next 6 months I managed to finally grow a real watermelon fruit. And this is a real photo my father took. My fully ripe watermelon is near a quince and a small teaspoon, so it's good that I am a YouTuber and not a farmer. Anyway, you can play the game alone or with friends. Online and LAN PvP and co-op gameplay is available. Green Hell. Game feels like Wrath, The Forest and Far Cry Primal had a baby, and very positive reviews are saying to us that this baby is not ugly and you shouldn't give up it for adoption. This time, here you are left alone in a jungle without any food or equipment, trying to survive and find your way out. Clinging to life, you have to go on a journey of durability, as the effects of solitude weigh heavy not only on your body but also on the mind. How long can you survive against the dangers of the unknown? Knowing you, probably not very long. You know, me as well, when I watch survival shows, especially the one called Alone, I'm always thinking that I would never give up and I would win the money no matter what, not like these other people. But the truth is, I would probably slip on some snail and die on the 3rd day. Or, I probably would be attacked and eaten by a bunch of these, which is a terrible fate. So here, constantly threatened by the jungle, you'll fight with both wild animals and tropical illnesses. You will also have to face the traps set by your own mind and fears that crawl out of the darkness of the endless jungle. Enjoy the game alone or with friends. The Inner World, The Last Wind Monk. Welcome to the strange world of Asposia. Here the Flute-Nose dynasty has been watching over the land for centuries. In secret they fill the world with light and life, but one shady trader for odds and ends has led all the Asposians astray, making them believe that the dynasty of Flute-Noses is in cahoots with dark forces. Seriously, who knows what this weird family is doing day in, day out? The only one who could stop evil trader is the heir to the Flute-Nose throne, Mr. Robert. With a huge dose of enthusiasm but little to no idea what he's actually doing, he embarks on an adventure to find the legendary Last Wind Monk. So basically you will take control of this expedition and in the process make everything right. Or worse. Way worse. Hard Reset Redux. This is an action-packed and hardcore single-player shooter which embraces the best qualities that the genre has to offer. It includes loads of enemies, great weapon variety, a challenging campaign, and a beautifully realized cyberpunk setting. You know, this game is quite cool. If you like shooters, you will probably like this game as well. It's as simple as that. People in comments are saying that the first levels are a bit boring for an experienced gamer, but later it's game on and it's really worth your money. And just look at that price. Any argument against obtaining this gem is invalid. And it has very positive reviews as well. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. This is a stealth-based game, meaning that you can shoot your way through the enemies or sneak up behind them without being traced, hack systems to retrieve information, or use your social skills to extract information from key characters. There are always choices, multiple approaches, multiple paths, and multiple tools at your disposal. People on Steam are talking that Deus Ex is really enjoyable, although very linear. But in this instance, the linear aspect is a good thing, because despite the fact that the game is guiding you in your path, it doesn't hold your hand or penis, and you are free to approach every situation as you please. And as I've mentioned before, the ways of playing are really numerous, and the only limit is your imagination. That also means that everyone without imagination has no limits at all. Let it sink. Yeah, also I can promise that in Deus Ex you will find many amazing music scores. The game has a really exceptional soundtrack which is creating an amazing atmosphere. Hotline Miami. A game where you shoot things while listening to amazing music. What could be better? Well, probably a lot of things, but let's not dive into our fantasies about a bowl of refreshing potato salad or, you know, things that we cannot afford. But you know what is the thing almost everyone can afford? Come on, don't say anything about my sister. I mean, everyone can afford this game, or to become my supporter on Patreon, or here on YouTube. Alright, I know, that was a nice try. Anyway, Hotline Miami wouldn't be this good if not for the music. The atmosphere it creates along with the carnage on the screen is the best kind of symbiosis I have ever seen. Although be ready to press R to restart, over and over again. So keep in mind that it is hard, harder than you can imagine.
That's what she said.
Endzone, a world apart. A group of terrorists blew up nuclear power plants around the globe and plunged the world into chaos. Only a few were able to escape into underground facilities called the Endzones. Well, in the real world, if that happened, it would suck, but it wouldn't be a civilization-ending event. Anyway, this is a game. 150 years later, mankind returns to the surface and, surprise, surprise, under your command. So, poor humanity is doomed. I'm sorry, no offense. Okay, a little offense. Here, in an extremely hostile environment, full of radioactivity, contaminated rain, and vicious climate change, you will have to prove your worth as a leader.
Good luck with that.
So you will have to build a settlement, gather and refine resources, send expeditions to forgotten places, and much more. People on Steam are talking that the game is really fun if you like city builders, but it has complex UI system and the lore part is really weak. Also, the game is really hard. Anyway, 77% of players who try the Endzone are recommending this game for you. Homeworld Remastered Collection. €3 for this classic goodness? Count me in. Pack includes both first and second remastered Homeworld games and Homeworld Remastered multiplayer. I don't know if someone actually plays it, but after this sale there should be at least a few people that can humiliate you in 1 versus 1 battle. You know, there are at least 90 people at all times who play this game, so some of them may want to try their luck in PvP as well. Here you can build more than 100 spaceships, enjoy them in 4K resolution and entertain yourself with mod support and mod tools. So you can make your own potato spaceships and join the battle to conquer the space called Beristan, or download some models created by way more talented people than you are. No offense. I played classic Homeworld some 20 years ago, and I can still remember the wonderful soundtrack this game provides. Absolutely 11 out of 10. The atmosphere of this game was literally out of this world, or, you know, out of this Homeworld. Maneater. Have you ever wanted to become a shark? To swim in the endless ocean until you get eaten by a bigger shark or a killer whale? Well, honestly, being a shark kinda sucks. I wish I was a jellyfish instead. No brain, no worries, no anxiety, only never-ending fun. Yeah, I'm sure jellyfishes feel like that every day. Anyway, Maneater will let you experience the ultimate power fantasy as the apex predator of the seas. Become a giant shark and eat someone. By the way, Maneater is a single-player open-world called Action RPG. Yeah, you heard right, it's an RPG game. I can only guess that you weren't expecting that. You will start as a small shark pup tasked with surviving the harsh world while eating your way up the ecosystem. To do this, you will explore a large and varied open world, encounter diverse enemies and prey, both human and wildlife. Find the right resources and you can grow and evolve far beyond what nature intended. It's a game after all. This is fortunate because you can get revenge on all those filthy fishermen. Mordheim, City of the Damned. Set in a Warhammer world's decimated Empire City, this is a turn-based tactical game where you lead warbands into bloody and lethal skirmishes. The game blends RPG elements, fast-paced tactical combat, and unit customization. The story of the game revolves after an event when a twin-tailed comet crashed on Mordheim. The City of Damned turned into a terrifying battlefield where rival warbands fight fiercely for the control of key neighborhoods, looking for glory and fortune by acquiring the very valuable comet fragments. You will loot items and weapons hidden in the ruins or take those from the puny bodies of your dead enemies. People on Steam are talking that the game is slow but hard. It has some minor bugs, it's not flawless by any means, but for this price you can't argue. It's a great deal for any XCOM style game fan. Narita Boy. This is a retro-futuristic game where you are Narita Boy, a legendary digital hero in an epic quest of simultaneous dimensions. The digital kingdom is under attack and you are the last hope of survival, so you will have to explore a vast world to find a techno sword, the only effective weapon against the enemy. That sounds nuts and also really cool. People on Steam are saying that Narita Boy has great music and huge variety of monsters and vehicles. You can even ride a floppy disk. How cool is that?
Not as cool as riding your sister.
Oh, come on, don't say that. Although the least favorite part for almost everyone is platforming. Most of the players agree that dying by just jumping is way more common than dying from some monster, and that irritates a lot of people. Also, the story sounds cooler than it actually is. But in general, the game is a proud owner of a very positive review score, and that is always a good sign. Chivalry 2. When years ago I tried the first part of the game, I liked it so much that I played it for several hours non-stop. I had great internet, so anyone with slower connection died from my swings like bleeding pigs just because of the lag in their pathetic homes. I felt like a combat god, but that only lasted until some averagely talented players with good internet speed connected to my server and, you know, I started to die a lot. That I didn't like. I have a similar story with Chivalry 2, but somehow this part was easier for me to learn and I had tons of fun. So here you'll try to dominate massive 64-player battlefields. Catapults tear the earth apart as you lay siege to castles, set fire to villages and slaughter filthy peasants in the glory of team objective maps. Also, a fully featured mounted combat system will make you feel like a true knight, and that includes the ability to trample your foes, land devastating front and rear horse kicks, unhorse your opponent with a lance and engage in a deep melee combat with grounded or mounted opponents. The game has a very positive review score left by tens of thousands of players, so I think it's safe for you to give it a try. Phantom Doctrine. I think most of you have never heard about this title. You'll get more than 40 hours of single-player campaign, featuring a rich plot with numerous historical events and characters to bring the terrifying reality of the Cold War to life. So basically this is an XCOM game, but instead of aliens you have spies. Mostly positive review rating is because of the flaws in the mechanics, and for various glitches, for example when hidden bodies miraculously disappear, just like your money on every Steam sale. But people who liked the game liked it very much. I found several reviews with about 200 hours of game time, and that is impressive, meaning that this may be a hidden gem for any turn-based game lover, and today the price is just right. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing Final Cut. This is definitely one of the most known action RPGs out there. This version of the game is a collection of 3 standalone episodes told as one continuous story, with 6 playable classes and a new endgame mode with a huge variety of open missions. People on Steam are saying that this is a very addictive game. Not as addictive as potato salad, but there is a huge chance that you will have a lot of great time, although it has some minor problems, lame targeting system and a bit shallow character builds. Also, you may encounter some bugs and glitches along the way as well. But anyway, this game is really entertaining and also huge. The campaign is offering over 50 hours of gameplay. Also, if you are in doubt, you can download a free demo version at first and try it out. Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Here you as a young Sherlock Holmes will struggle to prove yourself as you navigate an exotic, dangerous island. Deep within the Mediterranean, you will investigate the mystery of your mother's death. Your legacy is written by the decisions you make. Deception, violence, and deduction are just a few resources in your arsenal. Whether you choose brute force to solve your problems or stay one step ahead of your enemies by using your wits to spot vulnerabilities, you decide what each situation demands as you hone your investigative skills. It's time to confront your past so you can become the legend you are destined to be. People on Steam are saying that this is a great game, although many are complaining that the open world part is an overkill. You know, running vast distances from one object to another feels a bit like a fetch quest. Nevertheless, it still has around 80% of positive review score on Steam, so put it into your wishlist and wait for a sale. The Station. This is a first-person sci-fi mystery set on a space station built to study a sentient alien civilization. Assuming the role of a recon specialist, you will have to unravel a mystery which will decide the fate of two civilizations. The station revolves around an alien planet. Down below lies civilization challenging everything we know about biology, chemistry, physics, religion, and answering the questions man has asked throughout history. Although not everything is simple. We discovered aliens in the state of their civil war. Anyway, humans built a space station for a small 3-person crew, but the contact was lost, so that's where you step in and have to investigate what happened. Tiny and Tall, Gleipnir. This is a very well done, classic yet modern point-and-click adventure inspired by legendary LucasArts games. Here you will dive into the story that revolves around two barely competent and charmingly inept blacksmiths. They find themselves contractually bound to the Norse gods and have to explore this beautifully drawn handcrafted world to find unusual and magical objects. But alas, while they look for these ingredients, the sinister Loki, the trickster god, has his own plans to deal with the fellas. So here you will have to solve puzzles, talk to interesting characters, and live in a world of epic Norse legends. We Are The Dwarves. This is a real-time tactical adventure where you take control of 3 dwarven astronauts and lead them through the hordes of enemies in the depths of their universe. And just look at that price, it costs less than 1 can of beer in my local store. Still, more expensive than your sister. Anyway, this game genre-wise is a bit further from usual hack-and-slash titles because it has an active pause. Well, that pause is actually time-slowing and you can make some quick decisions in that time. People on Steam are talking that for this price you should buy at least 2 of them. But there is a danger of this game being too difficult for casual players, so keep that in mind. Iratus, Lord of the Dead. This is a turn-based tactical roguelite RPG set in a dark fantasy universe. You'll have to lead an army of undead to reach the surface world and bring death to the mortal realms. You know, they lack death on the surface, so you are ready to supply the demand. So you will control an obedient army of the living dead. You know, all the classic monsters. Skeletons, zombies, banshees... other unliving warriors, I swear, I know more. And you will create your soldiers the only way a necromancer knows how, from the body parts of your slain enemies. Iratus definitely has a high replayability due to different minion composition in your team. Also, there are multiple different pathways to take when it comes to finishing the game. The main story will take up to 12 hours of your boring life.
Iron Danger.
This is a tactical combat game with a very cool time manipulation mechanic that blends the tactical depth of a turn-based games with the action of real-time strategy. You'll be in control of 2 characters and will use a variety of skills and your IQ to overcome the challenges. I'm not gonna lie, I tried the game and my brain was overheating all the time. The core of Iron Danger is its unique time control mechanic. You can rewind time for up to 5 seconds whenever you want, trying different strategies and combinations of moves until you find the right one for the task. Your characters can only take 2 or 3 hits at maximum before they die, so you will be rewinding all the time. In general, you can't really die here if you choose to. This is a curse and a blessing in one. Anyway, this price is really nice, although the game can become a bit grindy and repetitive. Keep that in mind as well. Civilization 6. If you want to keep your virginity strong, this game is one of the best ways to never lose it. Although civilization games are definitely not for everyone, the sheer amount of mechanics can be really overwhelming for a new player, and not everyone likes to read a lot and enjoy changing numbers and colors on the map. To be fair, for everyone who never played Civilization, the game looks like a simple, boring board game, but the trick is that this simplicity is just a tip of a dick. It's way more complex than it seems. Basically, here you can become ruler of the world by establishing establishing and leading a best civilization from the Stone Age to the Information Age. And of course, I'm talking about the mightiest country in the world, Potato Saladistan. Sniper Elite 4. Here you'll discover a sniping freedom, experience tactical third-person combat, gameplay choice, and epic long shots across huge levels as you liberate wartime Italy from the grip of fascism. I guess those fascists you sent to the eternal gardens of Mussolinium are not so keen to be liberated and would want to crack your skull instead, so it won't be an easy jog in a park, rather a fun, intense sniping party. The plot is set across the beautiful Italian peninsula from sun-drenched Mediterranean coastal towns to ancient forests, mountain valleys, and colossal Nazi megastructures. People are saying that the game is extremely satisfying and you can even shoot another sniper through his scope. A legendary shot, and I have no doubt that you will get an achievement for this. Overall, you will find 85 achievements here, and collecting them in this game is very fun. Dead Island Definitive Edition. The same developers who made Dying Light created this zombie-infested game as well, and this zombie apocalypse is more beautiful than ever. You will be running from and killing undead in the beautiful tropical island, a wonderful paradise on Earth, and this contrast is really great. Exploring this island is really fun, from the zombie-infested deserted city to secluded beaches and vast highlands. Roam around in order to discover the story behind the zombie outbreak. You can also play in a story-based 4-player co-op mode. Also, have you noticed that this game actually calls zombies zombies? Not walkers, roamers, crazed ones, biters, freakers, and so on, but actual zombies, and they have my respect for not trying to invent the bicycle again. Zombies are zombies.
But what if they are fast and smart?
Then they are fast, smart zombies, period. Anyway, in Dead Island Definitive Edition you will get the main game and all the DLCs as well. Also, graphics are in HD and so on, and the price is more than great.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's be friends with benefits.